Next up for Jackson State University is Mississippi Valley State. Okay. Valley is currently 1-5. Okay. They're 1-2 within the SWAC. But they are coming off of a victory, okay, against Arkansas Pine Bluff. And we're going to talk more about that momentarily, okay. They are 1-1 at home, and that's what Jack State will be playing them. They will be going up there to Itabena, okay. Valley is 0-2 on the road, 0-2 on neutral sites, okay. They have losses to Central State by a score of 24-21. And I think that one was controversial up there, if I'm not mistaken. Remember a lot of chatter on social media about that one. Okay. They lost to Delta State. Delta State been playing a lot of good football this year, from what I understand. All right, but Valley lost to them by a score of 35-7. Okay. Valley lost to the reigning Black national champions, North Carolina Central University, by a score of 45-3. Valley lost to FAMU by a score of 31-7. I did watch part of that game. Okay. And they lost to Prairie View by a score of 31-12. Okay. Now, as I mentioned previously, they are coming off of a dub, their first win of the year versus Arkansas Pine Bluff by a score of 42-17. And that's the one I want to talk a little bit more about, because that's the one that I watched in its entirety. Okay. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy First, and this is the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on some. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share, put all your people on it. Notice I said this is this is the realest, most entertaining show. Okay, because this episode I expanded it to cover all things Black culture. Okay, we are truly a one-stop shop. Okay, so make sure you're watching all segments or put it on some. But let's get into it. All right. As I said previously, Valley defeated Arkansas Pine Bluff by a score of 42-17. Okay. And I put my eyes on that game, and these were the key takeaways that I saw. Okay, Valley scored on a busted coverage for his first score. So if you fuck up, they do have the ability to take advantage of that. They got a goal line stand in the first quarter. Okay. Their second score was on a bullet pass in the red zone. Okay. They got a wide receiver, number 19. Got some speed on him. Got some jets on him. Okay. If we don't contain him, he can get down. He took a screen pass against Arkansas Pine Bluff, 80 yards to the crib. Now, he scored on it, but right before he scored, maybe like inside the 5-yard line, he decided to kind of hit that Tyreek Hill and turned around and chunked the deuces to the defender. Now, this was the first time I've ever seen this, but the touchdown was nullified because of that. Okay. They basically enforced the penalty from the spot where the young man turned around and taunted the defender. Okay. So, young people, get your ass in the end zone before you start doing all that shit. This is not the league. It's not the NFL. Okay. And in the NFL, you see that they find the motherfuckers left and right for shit. Okay. So just score your touchdown and get on down. You feel me? But eventually, Valley did get into the end zone on that particular drive. They faked the quarterback run and then end up passing it, which was unique and stood out to me because it made me think about Jackson State and our package for Jacoby and Morgan. Okay, we got to get us a pass off of his package. We can't just keep having him doing the same shit. Okay, and that was something that Baller was able to do with their QB that was effective in that moment. Okay, they got a pick six on a poorly thrown ball in the third quarter. Got that pick, took it to the house. Got another goal line stop in the third quarter, and had a big explosive run in the fourth. So Valley can do some things. Okay, I know the folks always think it's Valley guaranteed win, all that kind of shit. Ain't shit guaranteed. Ain't shit guaranteed. What they say, other than Marvin Gaye said, drama, death, and taxes. That what Marvin Gaye told me. That's what's guaranteed. Otherwise, ain't shit else guaranteed. So I need the Jack State Tigers to come focused and goddamn ready to play. Me and my OGC Lee McInnes were talking about this in the stands, and OG said that he couldn't recall a game this year in which we came out like we were angry and really wanted to smack somebody. And I was like, well, seemed like we had that kind of juice, that kind of vigor in the South Carolina State game, and he agreed. And we got to think about, basically we got talked about all goddamn for months and months and months leading up to that game. So maybe that's why we came out like that. But we really haven't seen that level of intensity since then. You feel me? Well, goddamn it, we need to see it. We need to see it. And another thing that me and OG was saying in this is that we cannot understand how players don't have that when you're playing football, because this shit is violence. This is violence. Your life can be ended out there in that bitch. And I know, what's his name? Matt Rule, the head coach of Nebraska. Y'all know who Matt Rule is now. If you didn't before, shit, y'all know he coached in the league. And that y'all saw when Prime and Colorado and them went against his ass. He done went viral for a speech where he out there talking about, if we die, we die. That's what he's saying to them boys. Like, what the fuck? Cool the fuck out, dog. Don't need no more DeMar Hamlin situations out here. Fuck you talking about. But you can die out there. First you can die anywhere. True, but football is fucking violence. The essence of it is blocking and tackling, and that's violence. Okay, I remember when I was in college, and we had a foreign exchange student. Okay, and I used to tutor on campus to make me some money. You feel me? This is down there at Southern Miss. Okay. So I would tutor on campus to make me some money at the place called Student Support Services. And we had a student from Saudi Arabia, okay, and he needed some help with something. I helped him out. And we just got to talking, okay, about culture and everything like that. And football came up, and he was perplexed. He was he couldn't understand why we like football. He said, this is fighting. This is fighting. And I had never thought about football like that. Because we're so used to it. We grow up playing pick up, mess up in the hood. You know what I'm talking about? But he's right. It's fucking fighting. So I don't give a fuck if the fight is against Valley or who else is left on the schedule. I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck if you feel like you're out of the SWAC East race. I don't give a damn about that. This is violence. So if your ass don't come out there ready to play, your ass can get hurt. You ought to be in survival mode out there at all times. All right. If you're a runner, you ought to be trying to evade a tackle. That motherfucker could hurt you. You feel me? If you're on that line, you need to be trying to inflict pain rather than receive pain. Because them motherfuckers could hurt you. You understand? That's the mindset we gotta fucking have. The rest of the year and into eternity. Okay, as long as we have a goddamn program, we need to recognize that this shit is violence, and we need to be ready to be violent at all time out there. Be ready to go. Be ready to go, because the next motherfucker across from you can hurt you. So we need to be the ones doing the hurting. Put it on something.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel, because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.